It was one of those phone calls that you never want to receive. A few months ago, my then 14-year-old son was spending Sunday with his mom and her fiancé, Jim. They live a few towns away from me. As I was getting ready to go get him, Sequoia, my son, called me, and I thought he was just calling me to tell me that they were going to be late. In fact, he was in hysterics. He was crying and he was gasping for air. "Dad, I need you to come get me. Please, Dad, just come get me right now." "Kiddo, what's going on? What's happening?" Madam Contest Chair, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. "It's Jim. He just dropped. He just fell. He had a heart attack. The ambulance is here. I need you to come get me right now." As I was driving to the hospital, my heart was racing. I was worried, I was confused, I was anxious, I was scared. When I got to the hospital, Sequoia and his mom were out in the parking lot, and needless to say, they were both a wreck. That's when they told me what had happened. Sequoia had been spending Sunday with his mom and her fiancé, Jim. Sequoia was talking with Jim while his mom stepped outside for a moment. Jim was sitting at his computer, talking about how cool today's technology is, when he collapsed. At first, Sequoia thought he was joking around, but when he fell over onto his keyboard, his face went pale, and he wasn't responding. Sequoia knew this was serious. Sequoia had just taken a CPR course in his freshman health class. He dragged Jim out of the chair and onto the floor. He's a big kid. He stands at about 6'3", so I imagine this was easier for him than it was for most people. He called 911, he put his phone on speaker, and he immediately started to do CPR to the tune of the Bee Gees' "Staying Alive." Boom, 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 staying alive, boom, 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 staying alive, staying alive. While tremendously ironic, it's at least one good thing that has come out of the disco era. Sequoia did CPR on Jim until the ambulance came. The ambulance took him to the local hospital, and he eventually was airlifted 2 hours away to Dartmouth Hitchcock Hospital. Normally, Sequoia would go home with me that Sunday night, but instead, he wanted to follow the helicopter with his mom to the hospital. With everything that had gone on, of course, I was okay with that. I'm happy to say that in spite of being in a coma for a week, Jim has made a full recovery. We found out later that it was not a heart attack, but in fact it was cardiac arrest. According to the American Heart Association, there are 350,000 cases of cardiac arrest in the United States every year. To put that in perspective, that's more than lung cancer, breast cancer, or HIV/AIDS combined. 90% of people who suffer cardiac arrest will die, but a person who receives CPR upon cardiac arrest has double, almost triple the chances of survival. Still, only 8% of people who receive CPR actually survive. Through this all, I've reminded Sequoia that he is both a hero and a victim. He's a victim of circumstance because he's a 14-year-old kid. He was put in the situation where he saved another person's life. But he's also a hero. In a moment of selflessness and quick thinking, he saved another human's life. Christopher Reeve said, "A hero is someone who, in a moment, forgets doubt, weakness, and not knowing the answers, and overcomes anyway." Please think, if someone in this room right now were to collapse, what would you do? Would you spring to action, performing CPR, hopefully saving your life? Or would you be overcome with doubt and not knowing the answer and hoping that somebody came to the rescue and saved that person's life for you? Regardless of our capacity quick thinking, I'd like to challenge everyone here. Go, take a CPR course. Bring a friend, bring as many friends as you can. Bring your family members. Your local hospitals and fire departments should offer them regularly. Jim's case was cardiac arrest, it wasn't a heart attack. The difference is a heart attack is disrupted blood flow to the heart. Cardiac arrest is an electrical malfunction to the heart where the heart stops beating. There's no blood flow to any parts of the body, so it's absolutely crucial with CPR to get oxygen-rich blood to the brain and other vital organs. Like I said, 350,000 people suffer from cardiac arrest in the United States alone each year. And the amount of time it takes to answer a table topics question, one person in this country will die from cardiac arrest. The odds are stacked against us. You could be walking down the street, you could be visiting with a friend, you could be in the grocery store, and you could collapse. But in the time it takes to give a Toastmasters speech, you could save a life. So I ask you, what are you going to do? Whose hero will you be?